Hi there everybody, it's UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator Halsey here from slimandstylish.stampinup.net. Thank you very much for joining me today. Today I'm making this really bright and colourful sunny card. We're in the middle of a heat wave here in the UK. The sun is out, it is absolutely boiling, and I can't be in my craft room for too long because all of the lights that are on me when I'm filming are making it pretty hot. So I want to do a quick card, but I want it to be really bright and really reflecting the summer that we're in at the moment. So I'm using the Cheerful Daisy stamp set. This is one of the new ones from the annual catalogue, and it's sort of two-step stamping where you've got an outline and then you've got an insert. Now, up to you as to whether you want to use the insert or not. You know me, I quite like my blends. So you can either blend it and colour it in, or you can use the insert in the stamp set. Now you've got the outline, you've also got the middle bit. So I'm just going to get that on a block and I'm going to stamp that in the middle, and I'm using copper clay for that. This is one of the new colours and it's beautiful. So just pop the insert in there. And there's the start of my daisy. Now, as I said, I'm a blender more than I am an infill person, so I'm going to get colour in this in. This is light Calypso Coral. I do quite like using this for a base. It then thickens up or deepens up when you use a yellow. So I'm going over the top of it with dark Daffodil Delight. And as I said, a yellow on its own is like quite bright, but if you put something that's just a bit deeper underneath it, like the Calypso Coral, I think it just creates a really great texture. So then this is light Lemon Lolly. So I've used Daffodil Delight for the dark and light Lemon Lolly for the top. Now you can do that, that's fine. It's just going to, again, create another depth, okay? And I'm just colouring this in quite quickly. The flower, the daisy, isn't a perfect daisy. It's more of a messy daisy. So I've done my colour in to reflect so. Either that or because of the heat in my craft room, I just decided to be a little bit lazy. But either way, I got colour in that straight in. And then I didn't get the dies to match this, but I do have my snips. So I've just decided to fussy cut this out. And I'm going around the whole flower and cutting it. Now, when you're doing fussy cutting, you know, I like fussy cutting. I specifically like fussy cutting of an evening while I'm sitting watching TV. I'll listen to what's going on and just cut away. That's my little happy place. When you are fussy cutting, you're best to use the inner side of the scissors. Okay, and you're also best to do what I'm just doing now and remove any excess paper off, okay? Excess paper weighs it down, and it, you know, the margins are a bit delicate anyway when you're fussy cutting, don't want any extra weight on it. So cut it right down and then just go into the little bits. And as you can see, I'm going in not with the tips of the scissors, but sort of about midway down. That way you're going to get a really smooth cut rather than a chippity chop. Okay, if you use the end, the very, very tip, it's going to be snip, 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 and it will look chopped rather than seamless. So my tip is to always use the innermost part of the snips. Okay, and our Stampin' Up snips are quite sharp and they're quite good for this sort of thing. Okay. Once you've done that, and trust me, it was actually more difficult than I thought because you do have some white bits as you go down. You can't get into each section, but don't worry. You know, no one is going to sit there with a magnifying glass and look at which bits you've missed. So I'm using this gorgeous, this is the birthday paper that's at the start of the annual catalogue. It is gorgeous. There's 48 sheets of it, all bright, all beautiful. And this one is a striped one, which is just lovely. And I've quite enjoyed using this one recently. And I think it goes really nice with my daisy because it does have the yellows in, so it sort of pulls it out. I've got my card base. So this is a normal piece of basic white cardstock, which is cut in half and then scored in half, and I've just burnished it. So it makes an A6 card base. And I cut the DSP, so it was 10 centimetres by 14.3 centimetres. So it's got a little frame around it, so it's not the full flush of the card. Then you just want to get a sentiment, so I'm taking this one off already. Okay, and I'm going to stamp this onto some basic white. I'm using the Memento. And wishing you the brightest birthday. There we go. I mean, that's pretty good on a very, very bright card, created on a very bright day, with a very cheerful daisy on the front. What a sentiment. So I'm just chopping this down so that I'm just creating a banner sentiment rather than sort of doing a punch. Okay, and I've gone quite close to the wording, and I've done it so it's the same length as the card, okay? So I can stick that on, so it's 10.5 centimetres, and I can hang the daisy over the back. So I've hung this how I wanted it before, and then I've gone to go and stick it down. And I've stuck it both together so I know it's in the place that I want it. And there we go. It's just hanging over a little bit, so I'm just going to snip that off. You can always snip off if you go over. You can never stick back on if you've gone under. So I always aim to go just a little bit over. Okay, and then I'm using my metallic enamel effects just to finish this off and put a little bit of an element on each side. But there you go, a really quick and simple, very bright and happy birthday card. What do you think? It's using the Cheerful Daisy stamp set, which you can get from my store. And here's the finished project. Thank you for joining me. I do hope that you enjoyed the video. Everything I've used today is available from slimandstylish.stampingup.net. If you did enjoy the video, please do drop me a like or leave me a comment. And if you're new to the channel, please do subscribe and come back for more content. I also have an Instagram page that I'm trying to grow at the same time. It's @slimandstylish, and every like or follow helps. Thanks everybody for joining me. I hope you have a lovely rest of the day. Bye.